Teacher, now is the final report of Group 13. There are 5 members in our group. They are Eric Lee, Steven Yu, Bowen Liu, Yunyang Peng, and Yu Henying. Eric Lee is charging a front-end developer. Steven Yu is in charge of back-end development and database. Bowen Liu is in charge of UX. Yunyang Peng is in charge of DevOps. Yu Henying is in charge of back-end development and database. Here is introduction and motivation. As price rise, teachers' salaries gradually fail to keep up with the soaring price. With the end of epidemic, there are more and more students in schools, and the enrollment of schools is getting better and better. So the problems are exposed. Teachers are paid less but have to deal with heavier grading tasks. To reduce the burden on teachers, schools recruit graders for students. The current situation is that the course director has to accept and review the application email for the student, and also has to look at the qualification of the student and how to correctly assign the course to the student. Do all these things well, and then send email with students to confirm each other. These all operations are very tedious for the course directors. There are many applications for our market position. If our market position is failed, but there are still students who meet the requirements to send an email for marking. It is necessary to ask whether they want to mark other courses based on students' situation or reject the student's application. There is very little information available for students, and we do not know how many markers a course requires or what the expected working hours are. Our goal was to create a progressive web application that will simplify and streamline the application process for both the teaching team and the student. We aim to eliminate the cumbersome process and create a simple and straightforward design that bring convenience to everyone. For the student, we will clarify which courses are available for them, the requirement for those courses, and the proper information needed. For the teaching team, we will simplify the administration and management process. Advantage to our product include simplification and accessibility and the easy-to-use UI, which improve application flow. Our web application is very similar to job board, where you fill out a profile and apply with that profile to different courses.
Our solution, TechStack. On our frontend, we use the Angular framework, which communicates with the backend server made with Django. We hosted our application on DigitalOcean. We'll talk about why we chose these technologies as we move through each part. Frontend pages. We chose Angular because of our previous experience with the framework, as well as the robust component library available called Angular Materials. This library allowed access to commonly used components such as buttons, forms, navigations, etc., without having to manually build them, which improves consistency throughout our application and saved a lot of time for us. The front-end architecture is displayed here. The colors of the boxes indicate who can access different pages. From the home page, students can access their profile, edit profile, and view their application statuses. Everyone can access course lists and detailed course information, while only students can apply. Course supervisors are able to add courses, email markers, and tutor admins view their own courses and view applicants. Finally, admins can toggle edit mode for all courses. Some of the initial designs were created on Figma, as can be seen here. As the app was developed, the designs changed as needed depending on clarity and what was technically possible. A closer look at the user interface of each page will be shown in the video demonstration. From the front end to the back end, each component will communicate through a dedicated service file to make HTTP requests to the backend. With each page request, the necessary JWT token is automatically attached, with which the backend server can decode it to reveal information for authentication and authorization.
2, 3. The reason why we need Django as our backend framework is because, firstly, Django is really powerful and major Python framework, which is widely recognized and used by the worldwide organizations. Thus, it has its own commercial value. Secondly, it provides views of features and through the massive libraries, which makes the building efficient, scalable, and fast. Secondly, Django also has a really powerful object relationship mapping system, which makes the interaction with the database simple and intuitive. By defining different model classes, we can easily perform database operations without the need of writing SQL query statements. This greatly simplifies the interaction process with the database and improves the readability and maintainability of the code. Also, when a request is received, Django auto-creates a new thread to process the request and then returns the response to the client. This multiple-threaded approach can simplify the coding and debugging process and provide reliable performance when handling the high concurrency requests. This suits the need of university when there are multiple students trying to send a large load of the applicant requests. Furthermore, I will introduce our backend workflow. Our backend workflow is just performing like the graph. Firstly, the template, which just means the front end of our project. The template will send the request to our view part. View is actually the brain of our backend project, which receives the request, process the request, and finally returns the needed response back to the template. And the data which needs to be processed or extracted goes into the model part. The model is like a bridge between our backend and the database. It helps to do all of the SQL queries like select, update, save. Everything works together, contributing vitally to our whole system.
We have taken a unique approach in our project to prioritize simplicity, speed, and flexibility. We have opted for a 1NF database design over higher forms. Despite being less complex, 1NF provides remarkable benefits. It is in quick data retrieval and allows more direct operations. To ease the process, we use a ORM engine to map between database tables and programming languages, saving us time from writing SQL statements repeatedly. However, there are challenges to modifying the ORM model. Post-querying can be tricky, but we tackle this with database migration tools. Our infrastructures involves use VPS from DigitalOcean and a DNS server provider, Cloudflare. Our backend runs on Django and the front end on Angular. We have mapped the domain name to our VPS IP address and set up HTTPS for security. Our domain name organization markers .name registered with name.com is the key to access our servers. In essential, our setup is all about efficient, secure, and easy to access web applications. Thank you.
A version of the Hungarian algorithm, and for people to apply to become course supervisors. Also, we have many challenges on both technique and non-technical. Some technical challenges involve learning how to utilize the Angular material library to create scalable tables that were sorted on the backend rather than the front end. There was some difficulty learning how to use observations for Angular 2. Also, it was difficult to connect the front end and back end. Furthermore, there was some difficulty hosting the application. Other non-technical challenges include time management, as other assignments were always in the way, which impeded some progress, and the language barrier made it more difficult to express complex ideas. As a result, we decided to make future improvements for the front end. We hope to add some more flair to user experience. Furthermore, we hope to expand the user login system so that a user can log in with Canvas rather than having to create an account. Another significant improvement is the web design. As Eric has distributed so much in the front end, but due to the crashing time with other assignments, we do not discuss more on it. So I just designed a simple web page using Wix. This is what our future website will look like. It looks so nice. Our page is so nice. We conclude some points we need to improve. Firstly, we could add more constructing colors for dashboard elements and text in other areas, which can help distinguish between them. Secondly, we could add a subtile border between the pop-up menu in order to separate elements from each other or from the background. Thirdly, we should keep our dashboard elements and the layout consistent to make it easier to navigate. Also, we want to clean up some shortcuts, some things in code that were not best practice. Furthermore, we could implement a more responsive UI for mobile and complete all the areas we could not achieve. For the code part, we need to improve the concurrency of our code and reduce time complexity of different functionality in defense of the website crash, where many students try to visit our website. Also, when there are many appliers, it is hard for course supervisor to check so many CVs at the same time. So it's better if we could add some more Django functionality, such as identify keywords in CVs. For example, what subjects they are good at, and their previous marks experience. Also students' GPA, as well as we could save tutors marking time. We would do as much as possible to improve. Thank you very much.